I'm only going live right now because I don't have enough space currently on my phone to record this video and then post it to YouTube. I have a little setup right now that I kind of worked with from the last time that I was, you know, the last time that I was using um, this little setup, this little stand that I have. I just wanted to come at you guys with an updated version of my True King 6 Samurai deck profile. Seems like it's all I've been doing on my channel lately is things for this deck, and that's because I'm absolutely loving it. Um, what I love about it is definitely it definitely overshadows the negatives of the deck in my opinion. Like just for instance, negatives of this deck. It's highly susceptible to hand traps. It's kind of hard to get back. It's kind of hard to recover from having a huge board and getting your pieces. You know, they all end up in the grave and banished. It's kind of hard to get them all back unless you go into your one soul charge. Um, you kind of run through your extra deck to create a fat board that should lock out your opponent, which I will be doing another video to update on. Um, Not tonight, but tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon. So if I go live and you guys actually watch my videos, please watch the next one. I'm not necessarily just doing like live streams to talk and stuff like that. It's, so I can actually record stuff for you guys without having to worry about time. Um, but what I love about this deck is you can set up a board that absolutely locks out your opponent. You can say that it's pretty damn consistent. You get the rare occasional break, but I'd say 8 times out of 10, you're gonna get a Shein on board with a Calamities, or you're at least gonna get out of Shein, or you're at least gonna get out of Calamities, and sometimes Calamities itself can win games. Sometimes, not against, I guess you could say like really good decks, but it is at least a stall for your opponent, or for you, until your opponent can find a way to out you. Um, 9 times, 8 times out of 10, I'd say it is not a brick. Maybe 6 times out of 10 is a very good board, and make 4 to 5 times out of 10 you set up an insane board, and I'd say that's pretty consistent. Um, by insane board, I mean every zone is filled. Both extra deck link zones are taken, as well as a full monster board, and it just completely locks out your opponent. That's what I mean by a great board. But anyways, let me just go ahead and get into this with you guys. This is a 41 card deck. No, I don't run Upstart Goblin, so that's not why it's 41. It's because I run a second Hatsume. But the big deal is going to be the extra deck. So for those who haven't seen, you run three win True Kings, Mariames, because you want to see her as soon as possible to pop your Fumas. The other card that you want to see as soon as possible, besides Fuma and Mariame, True King, Basros, the Fathomer. This card comes in the clutch. I mean, I can't tell you how many times. Um, I got the one Fire True King because I really only have one Fire target. Um, I usually pop Gembo with it, and or special summon this off of this pop right here, so I can go into VFD. And then because I'm running diagram and continuous spells and traps, you gotta have the one masterpiece. Whether or not you only have like a slight amount of ammo for them, whether it's like 2 or 3 continuous spells and traps in the grave, you still have a relatively strong monster. I mean, when it's immune to spells and traps, or monsters and traps, or monsters and spells, it's still a card that they have to really work at to get rid of, in my opinion, unless they kaiju it. Next, that's it for my True King, True Draco engine. Next is going to be the 3 Fuma, the best card in the deck. You pop him when you pop him, uh, or have him destroyed by battle. He can special summon another 6 Samurai monster from your deck, and that monster would of course be 6 Samurai Fuma, or not Fuma, Kizaru. Kizaru, you special summon it, you add another Fuma to hand, and then you keep on going with your plays. You want to get these out for link fodder, um, or so you can make a Shein or whatever. Next, I run the 2 Hatsume. I was running 1 Hatsume for the longest time. I didn't like it because I'd end up popping this with my Water True King, and then it was really difficult from there to get pieces back. So I wanted 2 Hatsumes. I think 3 is too much, even though sometimes kind of flirt with the idea of it. Next, I run the one Kageki. I really like this card. It should be at 2, but I really don't like the fact that it's normal summon reliant. Um, so I only run one of him. He could go to 2, um, and he can help with, adding counters on the board. If you have a Six Samurai United or a Gateway, he's great to have for that, for that normal summon. But 2 normal summon reliant, so he's at a 1 slot right now. Next is the one fire target. The more that I use him, the more that I start to like him. When you normal summon him, you can add one of your banished Six Samurai monsters back to your hand. So you normal him, and then you bring back a Fuma or a Hasume. At the end of the day, you just want to add something useful back to hand that's banished. This man right here is the one to do it. And then you got to run 3 Kizan. When you have Kizan and you have Gateway of the Six, your board is just gonna be insane. It's insane already. Just thinking about it. I'm gonna show you guys in another video. I'm sure you've seen in videos before that Kizan could really, really, really get abused with Gateway of the Six. And then, of course, the one Grandmaster, the Six Samurai, because he's the Grandmaster, and he's another special summon monster, Six Samurai monster. I like to use these all as link fodder, more so than, or synchro fodder, more so than, Xyz summon fodder. And that's it for my monsters. That's a lot of monsters. So you may occasionally brick, but even you get a Kageki, if a Kizaru, a Kizan, and one of these, Grandmaster of the Six. It's still 4 monsters on the board. You can go into board low dragon. So just saying. Next for I'm gonna go into the spells. Like I was saying, I'm running True King, so you got to run the 3 diagram. I don't think diagram needs to get hit. I don't think it's gonna get hit. Because I don't think diagram's really the problem. Like I said, it's susceptible to Ash and Ogre. Yeah, it's abusive when they don't have that, but most competitive players do. They're not always going to have it in hand, but they're going to have it main deck. Terraforming is definitely the problem. It's generic. It allows me to run 6 copies of Dragonic Diagram essentially in my deck, and I can see it that much faster. Set rotation, people were abusing set rotation. That's at 1. I could also run that and add, a random field spell like the Seal of Orichalcos and set it to my opponent's side of the field. And they use it to destroy other special summon monsters. That'd be pretty funny. Next is going to be Xian Smoke Signal. Like Terraforming, this allows me to find like a Fuma. I primarily use it to find Fuma, a level 1 or 3 Six Samurai monster from my deck to my hand, and then I run 1 Rhoda because they're all warriors, and it's like running 4 Xian Smoke Signals. So it's like kind of having like 7 Fumas in your deck. So 6 Dragonic, 7 Fumas, and you've already got a high True King count, you're going to get the pieces that you need. It's all about consistency. All right. Next is going to be 6 Samurai United for the draw power. 2 Bushido counters, you take it off. You take them off, and you can draw 2 cards. So you have 2 of those on the field, and you get 2 counters on both. You're drawing into 4 cards, and you're pretty set. Next is Xian's Dojo. I like this card to bring out Fuma. I normal summon one, and then I, send that to the grave, special of Fuma, and pop it, make a Xian, whatever I need to. Next, the card that you want to see, but you probably won't see because it's a 1-of, Gateway of the Six. This card is literally insane. You can abuse the hell out of this card. A good hand becomes a great hand with this card, and a great hand becomes an absolutely amazing hand with this card. And the next, I'd say, the best card in the deck. These 2 are the best cards in the deck. Fuma's the best monster in the deck. Soul Charge, you get all your pieces back. And I was telling you that it's kind of hard to deal without your pieces. Soul Charge can just extend your plays immensely. And then the 1 Warning, and the 1 True King's Return. Those are the only 2 traps that I run. But I do side quite a few traps. I side 2 Royal Decrees, 3 Solemn Strikes. I don't have those listed right now. It would be evenly matched in here if I had those. If I had to run 2 evenly matched. But yeah, Their side deck, I don't have my side deck on display for you guys today because I'm working on it, and I've always said that a side deck should be to your preference. Um, all right, so lastly for the extra deck. This deck can link spam like crazy, and I do want to show you guys. It just won't be in this video. Um, so the first is going to be Mrs. Radiant. Hey, what's up to whoever's watching right now? I see somebody there. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoy this. So Mrs. Radiant, this is always the first monster that you're going to go into with Kizaru, with your Earth targets. You want this card in the field. Next is Proxy Dragon. I kind of have them set up in the order that I go in. Proxy Dragon. This is always the second one that I go into, so that way I can, have this set, like say the links right here, have this set, and I put MX Saber Invoker over here, and I want to get Trigate Wizard over here so I can take this zone as well. It's a great card actually, and its effect isn't horrible either. I just decided to add in Binary Sorceress because I bought the new Link Structure deck for Trigate Wizard, and I realized that this is actually a really good card. So let me see if I can get it to focus on the... No, I can't. It's too dark in here. Alright, fuck it, I'll read it to you. Alright, this card gains these effects when it is co-linked with a number of co-linked monsters to this card. One, when a monster co-linked to this card battles your opponent's monster and inflicts battle damage to him, you gain that much life points. So if I attack and there's a Trigate Wizard right here, if I attack and it deals 800 damage, I'm gaining 800 life points. And then once per turn, there's two co-linked to this, you can target two face-up monsters you control until the end of the turn, have the attack of one, and if you do, add that lost attack to another monster. So if you need to get over problem monsters like a Masterpiece, Calamities, a Sleeper, you won't really have that problem with this on the board. Chaos Max, it's not a bad one. Yeah, so Binary Sources is not bad, and I did want another link too. All right, and then you've got Ib, the World Chalice Priestess. I actually love her. She's a little difficult to bring out because you need two different type of monsters, basically two different types, different attributes. But she protects your cards. So if she's in the middle and you don't have a Trigate Wizard, you can protect like a Calamities and a Sheehan. So I really like it. Next is Trigate Wizard. I love this card. When it's linked with 3, and you can negate and banish once per turn. I don't know if it's during either player's turn. Yeah, once per turn when a card effect is activated. So I think that's on your turn only. But regardless, Trigate Wizard's a great card. With 2, you can just banish a card on the field. And with 1 co-linked to it, the card that's co-linked to it battles your opponent's monster, battle damage is doubled. So I think that's awesome. Next, of course, is a staple. Decode Talker. Decode Talker is, actually very good. Being able to gain attack like it does. And, sorry, I'm trying to mess with this shit because you can't fucking see. Being able to gain attack like it does. And being able to negate. So if you have like random shit, like two fucking 6 Sams, you can just pop one of them and fucking save one of your monsters on the field. Next is Borolo Dragon. This card right here is absolutely insane. I pulled it the other day and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Love the fact that I pulled it. This is kind of a card that I bring out in the second turn. I don't bring it out in the first turn. I know that I can lower a monster's attack by 500, but usually I have a Calamities on board before I bring him out in the first place. So they're not attacking anyways. And the next, Topological Bomber Dragon. Some people might say, hey, you can take that out. You could add something else in, but I like it. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, you did make it. I think you're the only one who's watching right now. We had 3 and then 2 left. So you know what? It is what it is. But Topological Bomber Dragon, I honestly, I don't want to take this out. It's a really easy Link 4 to bring out. You just need 2 effect monsters as opposed to Borreload, who needs 3 for the board wipe. And there's actually a new Topological Dragon coming out that wipes the whole back row. So if you can bring out this and then another, you just wipe their board. So I think it's insane. All right, and that's it for my links, and I love my link lineup right now. Next is one MX Saber Invoker for my Kageki and my Hatsume. Um, I usually have Hatsume, right? And then I bring out a Fuma from Grave. And then I go into MX Saber Invoker with Fuma and Kageki and then bring out a Kizaru who lets me add to my hand and then I can go into a Shien. Or if there's another level 4, I can go into a Trishula. Next, number 41, Baguska. I'm sorry that my sleeves are different colors and shit. I'm trying to find the right stuff for it. Baguska, you have a brick hand. You're gonna have 2 level 4. You're gonna be able to make a Baguska most likely. And the fact that you put it in defense and your opponent's monsters immediately go to defense unless they're links, and have their effects negated is just great. It's a great stall card. Next, I run 2 True King All Calamities. The best, I don't know, best extra deck monster, in my opinion, being able to pop my opponent's monsters because this is on the field. Let my True Kings pop the other monsters. This is just too fucking good. And I can call any attribute, and if I know that you're playing Earth, if you're playing Spirals, right? I call Earth. You can't do anything. You can't, anything in your possession that includes grave and hand. So if you call it right, so there's always a good, you don't just call Divine or some shit with True King All Calamities. You call something meaningful that you know they're playing, and you call the attribute, and then anything in their possession they can't use. And when it goes to the field, if you called water and it's a fire, when it hits the field, it's water. And it can't activate or attack. Next, I run 2 Six Samurai Shiens because it's a 6 Samurai deck, and Shien's actually really good. Being able to protect itself, being able to have the secret 6 Samurais protect any of your 6 Sam monsters by banishing themselves from the grave. You know, like this is going to get destroyed by card effect. And when this is going to get destroyed by battle or card effect, you can pop another 6 Sam on the field. So you have 2 card effect counters to save them, and then 1 battle way to save Shien. And it just looks so good in secret. You know what I mean? Just came out of the new set, and I love the way the attribute looks. It's an awesome card. And then lastly, for my 15th extra deck slot, Trishula, who is also gorgeous in secret from the Battles of Light's Revenge. Trishula, speaks for itself, being able to banish 1 from the field, grave, and hand. This could be a great late game card, or you can use it to go ahead and get into your calamities if you really feel like you bricked. You get out 1 True King and you don't want to make a Shien and 1 True King. You want to be able to stop your opponent for the turn. So, great card. 2 honorable mentions for my extra deck that can be sided is actually Abyss Dweller and Naturia Beast. Naturia Beast I took out because I don't have the 6 Samurai Earth tuner. I can call Earth and create this card, you know what I mean? But I feel like I'm wasting a material from Calamities. Unless I use 3 materials to make Calamities, then I'm never going to make Naturia Beast. If it's a spell-heavy deck, then yeah, I'm going to side this in and I'm going to waste it. But if you can get a Naturia Beast and Abyss Dweller out with the True King All Calamities, you lock spells, you lock the graveyard, you lock up their monsters with Calamities, and you get out a Shien and you can stop a trap. So these 2 cards are honorable mentions for my extra deck. They were run, but then I came up on some more Link monsters and I decided to take them out. But yeah, that's it for my deck profile, guys. I hope that you enjoyed, or that you can rewatch this and enjoy it, because I know I'm live streaming. I didn't want to have to worry about time. I think this is how I'm going to start doing my deck profiles from now on. Live stream, so I can take my time with you guys. I will do a combo demonstration in the next video tomorrow. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. And if you have any sort of comments or criticism, constructive criticism, not just being like an asshole or some shit, like the dudes who bombarded my page because I quote unquote stole somebody's thumbnail. Yeah, just go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. Please like if you liked, and I'll keep doing more like this. So have a good night, guys. Peace.